It's your boy Roosh, GHB TV. Beat your ass.
Keyshawn Davis versus Anthony Yigit. I believe he stops him in the 8th round. Beautiful. I felt like, first of all, beautiful performance by Keyshawn Davis. I also believe this was the most competitive fight on the card. Anthony Yigit definitely came to fight, but it just wasn't enough for Keyshawn Davis. I felt like Keyshawn Davis started off very smart, keeping the distance, measuring out with his right hand, being in there with a southpaw, placing his shots, not looking to do too much, but being very smart, sneaking short uppercuts, slowing his man down. I believe he dropped him a couple times in the fight. He broke the body up really good. I mean, showed good defense, showed good timing. I mean, the fight got a little crazy, I think, in the 6th round. You just started talking to Keyshawn, trying to rile him up, trying to throw him off. But Keyshawn stayed, he stayed composed. He stayed sharp. But this is a very strong kid, very, aggressive kid. And I think as long as he stays that way, he'll be pretty good in the future. There's some talks about him and what's my guy name out there? Frank Martin. I think him and Frank Martin would be a great fight. I think that type of fight needs to happen to create some type of separation between the two guys and let us know who's really the best up and coming. It's crazy because these guys are already in contender status, and both of them are under 20 fights, I believe, with Frank Martin. I know Keyshawn just improved to 9-0, I believe, and Frank Martin is around 18-0, 19-0, something like that. So I think if they was to get in the ring, it'd definitely be a competitive fight. I think somebody would get stopped because, the magnitude of the fight would be very high. Skill set would be very high. I don't know. Keyshawn just is a really, he's a really sharp kid, but he's really aggressive. And I think that's what people like him. He's a crowd pleaser. You know what I mean? I could say that. I think, we could say, he needs more fights before he starts fighting at top level. But the thing is, what people have to remember is he was at the top level as an amateur. So that's why they're moving him the way they're moving him. And they are very confident in his ability. And he's very confident in his own ability. And he's also training in a great camp. He's training partners with Terrence Bud Crawford. So I feel like he's getting the proper work. He's getting, the proper attention. And he seemed to be listening to his team and doing the things he has to do and looking great. So I don't know. I kind of put him, he at least in the top 25. You got to. I feel like Yigit was definitely a step up because Yigit has a good win over Sandor Martin, who gave the world of trouble to Teofimo Lopez. So I feel like you got to respect him for this win. He just, like I said, he's just the type of kid you got to like. You have to like him. You know what I mean? A lot of people don't like him. They say he talk too much, things like that. But I don't mind it at all because he gives the performance. He goes out there and he fights and gives everything. So I think it's a bright future for Keyshawn Davis as long as he stay on the right path. I'll be looking for more from this kid. I'm Greg Hackett. Appreciate you all. Greg Hackett 86 on Instagram. Greg Hackett 215 on Twitter. Greg Hackett on Facebook. I appreciate you. Thank you.